Last time on Lawful Stupid. Not far from here is where the fire giant, who you must seek out and steal his eye, lives. You make your way to a town that's not very established.
I grab the attention of somebody.
I don't want any trouble.
Great, me neither. Where's Rocknick?
This camps that way.
So I didn't catch your name. What's your name?
My name's Barbados.
Who runs this town?
There's a man. He works for Rocknick himself. His name is Gorza.
I go and look for Gorzo, the beardless dwarf.
Gorza, you smelly bitch, come downstairs. I'm tired.
You hear feet like tuk 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 tuk, and you hear a door slam that's upstairs.
I point at the door and I cast Fire Bloom.
Fume's just gonna have his arms out ready to catch him.
What do you want? I'll give you anything. Just don't hurt me.
How do we get in? How do we kill Rocknick?
There's a couple cave systems, but I'd have to draw you a map.
Draw us this map and you can keep your arms.
You hear the footsteps of this giant person, who you know, and he says, "This is for my daughter." He's aiming for the head of Gorza. He doesn't find purchase, and the hammer hits into the dirt. Our sons and daughters are gone because of him. He reports every family who lives in this town, and they come in and they take him. The Lord knows what they eat him for. Barbados stands up with his hammer, and Gorza is just standing there kind of waiting for what's Barbados going to do. And he raises his hammer up, and he throws it down to the ground. Can I get in on this action?
Hell yeah, you can. Come on, Hammer, bro. Let's go kill some fucking giants.
And you beat a man into submission. Gorza, the beardless dwarf who has been watching over the town of Charzo, working, presumably, for this fire giant that you are going to seek out. Rocknick, his name. Along the way, you ran into Barbados, blacksmith, who presumably has had his daughter taken by this fire giant into their camp.
And now he's rolling with us.
Now, he wants to go and fight with you.
Hell yeah. Love that for us.
And so, I think you set off right away. I mean, you've got the information, you got the map.
Yeah, I mean, why dilly-dally?
I don't care that it's about to be dark. This guy's made of fire.
And it might be to your advantage. Who knows?
Yeah, sure.
Next time on Lawful...
Only 2 minutes.
If he's like got one eye, because he's a Cyclops, I presume, that's where we're getting his eye, then he won't have any depth perception at night. And that's when we get him.
That's hey boys, gather around. Here's what's gonna happen.
He won't be able to hit us with ranged attacks because he'll have no depth perception.
I mean, that's pretty good little thing to play. Anywho, you're able to take the trail that leads a few miles away, not very far, to this camp. I think that as you are in the kind of the...
We need to have a strategy meeting before we get too close.
Well, I'll give you a chance to do that. So I'm not going to put you in anything before you get that opportunity. Okay. So you still don't have Breeze. You can maybe assume that he's just tracking you from the heights up at top of the canyon. You're down in the base.
Every 14 minutes, Fume pulls out a mirror and he does like a light signal into the distance. It's just like, status update, we're cool.
I love it. His bird kind of flies over.
We brought a new... The guy with the hammer is cool. Don't shoot him.
By the way, I shot that dwarf anyways after you guys left town.
Yeah, he was a piece of shit, apparently. It's fine.
And so you begin to notice that this wide open canyon portion begins to shrink on the sides as it becomes like this high, almost tunnel that you can go through. And
but it's like open, like a ravine.
Oh
right?
yes,
like, you see
ravine,
the sky
that's
still.
a better word. And you're walking through. The walls are smooth, straight up and down. Not even a whole ledge. You can't couldn't climb out of here if you wanted.
Sure.
And you begin to see that as the sun is beginning to set, some firelight kind of poking up as you think you're getting closer to this camp. You hear voices, and you take a left, and you can see that it opens up again. If you about 200 feet ahead of you to the right, it's going to open up into the camp. So if you're looking at the map, and we'll put this on somewhere. You can see the kind of the elbow at the bottom. That's where you guys are.
I just want to clarify, just for everybody who's keeping score. I have unarmored movement improvement, so I can move along vertical surfaces and across liquids on my turn without it being difficult terrain. So I can climb out of here if I want to.
Well,
and
you
no
still
one
have
can
to
stop me.
you have to use the strength things or acrobatics things. Now, granted,
literally,
just walks.
it's a class feature that I have. Like I can run up walls.
I think
like
you're
it's
just
no
like
big deal for me.
you're just walking and then you just turn.
Think about it like Naruto, where like I use my ki to like anchor myself.
yeah, okay, energy like
With
hold you
each
there.
step along the vertical surface. So I'm actually Gucci.
Everyone else
whenever I want to.
Can be
I can leave my friends to
slaughtered
die at any
in
moment,
the ravine.
but I can dip straight off the wall anytime I want to.
Okay. If you wanted to go around the edge and roll a perception check for me, I will give you... So you have kind of like what he remembers where the people are on this map, but in no way does it represent what is actually happening.
Sure. Yeah, I'll roll a perception. I got a 4 off a natural 1. So I'm doing real good. I'm thinking about how I could run up these walls no fucking problem. I'm over like
totally
fucking,
run up these walls. These walls are
nothing could stop me from getting out of this ravine. I'm so fast I can run straight up walls. No ravine can hold me. Ain't no river wide, ain't no valley low enough to keep, because I can run on water. That's literally what it is.
The breeze, baby.
That's literally it's you can run on water and vertical surfaces. Ain't no valley wide, ain't no river.
That's
so
a
funny.
joke in there. Perception checks for Beatrice.
I was vamping for you
William?
guys. Please interrupt me with your rolls.
That's a 14.
Okay.
And for me, it's a 20. Non-natural.
What I'll give you is you notice as you would walk in, he remembers. You remember him telling you that as soon as you walk in, to your right and left, kind of it elevates to these cliffs that kind of overlook kind of the first parts of this giant canyon camp. And there are 2 torches that stand on either side of the entrances to your right and to your left. And you can see some smallish figures. You assume would be goblins that are kind of walking around there. You kind of hear them jittering around, chit-chatting. They do not notice you.
I use my mind telekinesis to talk to Fume, and I say, follow your lead.
Okay, well, I'll say aloud to the group. Hey, do we want to go quietly? Do we want to go in there like stealth style, or do we want to go in there guns blazing loud? Because I'm equipped for both.
Probably stealth style, so we don't have everyone on us.
Okay, cool. So I'll make some quick hand gestures. Spend 2 key points, and that kind of dark mask. I will don that with the supernova eyes as I cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us, including
Barbados.
So we'll all get plus 10 flat to our stealth checks for the next hour.
Sweet. That's pretty huge. Okay.
And then we'll sneak in there using the map to the best of our ability. We're gonna try to. Okay, so just to be, are we gonna kill this guy and fight him, or are we gonna go in there and take his eye, steal it from him while he's sleeping or whatever, and get out?
I want to kill him. He's a shithead.
Yeah, I want to kill him
Okay,
too.
do we want to sneak directly to where he is and kill him, or do we want to go to where the people are being held potentially? If there are any survivors, I want to get your hopes up. Do we want to go there for try to free people that might fight with us, or do we think they'll be too emaciated and we don't care? I mean, let's just know what we're doing before we. I don't care what we do, but let's. Just
I think we find the boss, and then I think we clean up the rooms around him first.
Here's what I think the best move is. Actually, I was reminded that we know that the hill giants are like they would love to pose this dude. We go in there, we kill him, and then we just like let them eat each other, right? Because they're going to fight each other to see who can be the boss, and they'll take care. The problem kind of sorts itself out.
I'm here for my daughter. I want to find the people fast, and so if we find them, I'll help them get out, and you do what you need to do. What I came here to do is to get out first.
Well, I think the best way for you to do that is to help us go kill the big fire giant, who's the one who was in charge of taking him in the first place. Get your revenge, and then we'll incite a riot with the hill giants. And while they're distracted, then we'll get everybody out, including your daughter, if she's there again or if alive. I do not want to get your hopes up. We do not know what's going on, but if she's there, we're definitely going to get her out. But first, we got to cut the head of the snake first.
Classic power grab move for the rest of them.
Yeah, and then they're just like, I was the second in charge. No, I was the second in charge. And they fight each other, and we're just like, oop, open all the cages. Let's get out of here.
All right, I'll follow your lead.
All right, thank you for that. But hey, also, if you see her visibly while we're in there, feel free to divert. We're not going to get your back, but we'll go to the boss, and you feel free to divert. Like, we won't hold that against you.
I understand.
So shall we go to the left through the tunnel system?
Yeah, we're on. So based on our map, we can say where maybe the seat of power would be, or maybe the central area. Can we see any place where we might think this dude is, or did he mark that for us?
Yeah, you would know at the top of your map if the words weren't there. It seems like it's a little more protected, even.
There's almost like a little wall there.
Like a wall there, yeah. So there's like an abode or something that he's in there.
Yeah, for sure. Do you guys want to do you guys want to kind of try to sneak to the middle, or you guys want to sneak around the outside?
I'd rather sneak around the outside. I'm not the stealthiest at all.
Okay, so we'll kind of hug like the left wall, and we'll see if we can go back up and around to where that kind of defensive area is.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound good?
Perfect.
Sounds excellent.
Cool. And we're going to do that stealthily.
So which way are you going again?
We're just going to hug like the left wall of the ravine as it leads up into that protected area. I see there's like some tunnels and stuff through there on the left. We're not going to go into that. We're just going to hug the wall itself and go up the left.
Okay, so what we'll do is as you go up, everyone roll a perception. There's going to be a lot of perception checks here. And there's going to be a lot of perception rolls. Because
do we need to do a stealth check? Or just...
You will, but I need to know like what you see to know how to get around it.
You got it.
It's a 10 for
what's
William.
your passives? Give me your passives.
My passive perception is 13.
Okay.
Williams is an 11.
21.
Yeah, it is.
I'll give you this. If Miss B is leading, she will be able to accurately tell you where everything is, especially because she's an elf and has dark vision. So if you run that, I won't make you roll any checks to see where things are.
Cool.
You won't get surprised.
Yeah, Miss B's leading the way. What do your elf eyes see, Miss B?
Will roll in the back and have Barbados in front of him.
She's going to see that in the middle of this first part, so probably 200 feet, there is a hill giant. It is asleep, but around it are like 5 whispering goblins. They're kind of like playing cards and shooting dice. They do have a torch that are just like on the ledge, so none of the lights seem to be on the plateau, which is good.
Do you think the move is just to sneak by here? I mean, I could do some fuckery, like I could do darkness, or I can kind of do some cheeky stuff. But I think we just sneak through because we're
hold on,
magically enhanced.
Will pulls out from his pack one of those arrows that he's been holding on to that put a 20-foot radius of silence.
Nice.
And I turn it
From
on.
so long ago.
So long ago.
Because I took 3 of those.
Dang it.
Oh, wait, you just tuck it in your coat pocket.
I just tuck it in my
walk-
coat pocket and turn that bad boy
Nice.
on. I signal like, oh, the arrow, ears,
and then you can still mentally communicate with us.
Yep, if
You
I
don't
need
have
to
hand
communicate,
gesture.
yep. So
It'll be weird.
everything within
Yeah.
the 20 foot of us is dead silent.
Now we got to be careful because we got to edge it so that you don't spook them.
Yeah, because people will notice if we're just randomly.
It'll only be 10 feet out in that direction.
Yep. So we can't get too close to anything.
So we should be able to hug the wall
And if we do, I'll have to disable it.
Yeah, I think you're able to edge the wall, and you're able to skirt around this first group pretty well, and that's pretty easy. You're coming up on now what is a group of humans, and they seem to be roving back and forth between one another. So every minute or so, they turn face inward, crisscross each other. One is hitting the kind of the wall of the canyon there. The other one's looking over everything into the opening of the canyon, and then they turn and swap. But every minute.
so we can try to time this out and sneak it. Or I could shadow step up there, try to end one guard's life immediately, take his hat, walk back, salute the other guy, stab him in the back. I could do that maneuver, or we can just try to time it and sneak.
Oh, we could probably also do a distraction, time, and sneak at the same time.
Oh, you want to do a little faraway distraction? Do you have a move for that?
She just, does a hand wave and Summer comes out?
I guess no, we can't be having this conversation because
Oh, yeah.
I'm relaying it through Will. I gesture to Will. I communicate to him. He relays it to Miss B. So we're all on the same page.
Mrs. B, do you have a way to distract people?
She'll just move her hand and Summer will be right next to her.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, we've got a way. Boom.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do that. So I see Summer. You send Summer out. It's not uncommon for owls to get lost in caves. It'll go over there, hoot, distract. We sneak on through. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thumbs up. Okay, we do that.
Thumbs up.
Okay, so you're sending Summer toward...
So, to be able to keep hugging the wall, right? Gonna send it towards the guys so that Summer's on the opposite side of where
Yeah, it makes
we're
them
trying
turn
to
their
be.
head away from us.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say that they are pretty much at the point where they would meet, and that's when there's the squawking or whatever noise that they would make, and it's in the dead of silence, so they both immediately turn to view Summer. Flapping, flying, or grounded?
Flapping, probably trying to figure their way out around this cave, but making a noise yeah, where am I?
It bonks his head against the wall. It's an owl, right?
Hey, what's that all about? I don't know, man. What is it even doing in here?
Oh, that was more pigeon.
Pigeony.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll take care of it. And so he pulls out a sling, and he's...
Oh, Summer's gonna go run away while we're going the opposite
What
way.
is Summer's AC?
Summer's
Low is the answer.
So Summer does have flyby, so this attack should have disadvantage.
Yeah, Summer does have flyby.
It's still 14.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
I'll say it does a D6.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
Their AC is pretty high because it's a tiny creature.
I think it's
and
10 or 12,
dexterous.
honestly.
I thought it was 13 to 15 range, but
That's 11.
Yep.
11. Okay, it's not terrible.
Most familiars' AC is garbage.
Stone goes free and hits Summer in as it's flying by, in the leg, in its right leg area. I don't think it kills it, right? Does it kill her?
Poof. No, she gone.
Oh, she vanished. She's magic, so she just dispels.
Yeah, she'll just kind of poof spell wise.
And they look at each other confused.
taking the opportunity while they're doing that.
Yeah, we're
for us to move on.
sneaking. Summer, your sacrifice will not be in vain.
Okay, so there's a point now you realize you can keep hugging the wall, but there seems to be what you didn't anticipate is, Ms. B, you now see a guy like his head shows up, and then his neck, and then his shoulders, and he's coming like out of the ground. You think from the tunnels that you know that you are above, and he comes out and he sees you, just you, and he says, huh! Like he kind of freaks out for a second, hesitates, and then he turns. What do you do? He's turning to go back down.
I'm going to grab the pin out of Will's lapel, and I'm going to run forward, and I'm going to just jump on this guy's back and start stabbing him in the neck, but with this cone of silence around me.
Oh, fuck yeah, the arrowhead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the arrow. I said pin.
He's
I got the arrow out of his lapel.
he's like screaming for help. There's nothing.
His hands are raising up, and you guys see it. And let me just see if this happens. So, okay, never mind. And so Barbados is behind one. He goes, I'm glad he's on our side.
Same.
So you kill this dude. What do you do with the body?
I'm going to. Do I see like a dark corner anywhere?
You just have kind of the wall that you've been tracking along.
I'm gonna drag his body. I'm gonna like tuck it into this little tunnel that he kind of came out of. I'm gonna like tuck it against the edge of that kind of entryway, and then I have some like canvas in my bag, and I'll just like pull it over. I'll just put it over him, so it kind of like maybe from a distance you wouldn't really be able to see what it is.
Okay. All right, great. And you have eliminated this target without making a sound.
I come back just covered in.
Just another day of the job.
Will gives him a thumbs up.
And I just take the arrow and I put it back in Will's lapel.
Barbados puts a giant hand on your shoulder and squeezes like in approval.
He takes some home with him. Some residue.
Beatrice, do you want to go down into presumably the caves, or do you want to keep tracking around the left?
Well, we said we were going to keep tracking on the left.
Yeah, I think that's our move. Just before somebody realizes his body's here.
There is a hill giant that is blocking your path, very Snorlaxy in a manner, but his back is to you. He is awake, but he seems to be like eating something, so he's not really paying attention to you. If you were to try to jump down, it's going to be into like you begin. Actually, I'm gonna roll. No, I'll give it to you. The stench here suddenly like takes on its own life form. It's so bad. If you were to peer over the cliff to the right of where this hill giant is sitting, you'll see that there's just like this pile of like waste, presumably where all of like
Garbage
their poop and their
meat,
garbage and dead bodies would be thrown.
So my inclination here is that if I go full Bankai, I might be able to take this guy out in one. And I'll tap my head to Will to gesture to open the communication link.
I do.
Hey, man, do you want me to try that last move I did, or we got a different plan? You want to go around? Like, what's the plan here?
And we can either try and negotiate with this guy, right? Say, hey, we're going to take out your boss, or we just wombo combo this motherfucker down.
I'm Operation. We all just jump him from the dark in the silence and just end his life.
Perfect. Wombo combo it is. All right, we'll kick off behind you. So give me 1 second. Hang up. Hey, Mrs. B. Once Fume Shadow jumps onto this hill giant, me and you, we're going to come right in behind, and we're going to wombo combo this guy. We're all going to hit relatively at the same time. So smoke him if you got him.
All right.
I'm going to point to Barbados.
Yeah, I pop into Barbados. Hey, I haven't done this to you yet, so it's weird, but I can do this. After Fume Shadow jumps onto this guy and starts murdering him, you're going to see Mrs. B and I do the same thing, and I'm going to need you to follow suit and Wreck this motherfucker.
His eyes kind of light up. He shakes his head. He pulls his hammer out and it has a short handle, and he like twists something and pulls, and it extends. The handle does.
Mine does the same thing. Sick.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just run up on this guy, and I'm gonna flurry of blows. I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. I'm gonna flurry of blows for sure. And I'm also gonna be activating my Blood Fury tattoo.
So you get advantage on the attack for hit.
Oh, I know what I want to do. I don't want to attack. I want to use hyperspeed to. Oh wait, can I use that on somebody else? Nope, never mind. That's just me. Shit, but never mind.
So I'm gonna take the arrow again. I'm gonna borrow the arrow, tuck it into my lapel, and then I'm gonna run up on this guy and swing with advantage. It's a 15 and a
that hits
20 dirty.
Yep.
So that's gonna be so it's 8 damage. And then I'm going to activate my Blood Fury tattoo. So please excuse me while I get that.
Yeah, no worries.
So it is my new toy. 4d6 necrotic on top. Get back to the roll. Come on, guy. D&D on spite me.
Don't let it win.
There we go. Oh, very good. 17 necrotic damage on top of that. And then I'm going to Flurry of Blows as a bonus action. So it's going to be 2 unarmed strikes. Also with advantage because he's unaware?
Yeah.
23.
Yep.
That's going to be 6 more damage, and I'm going to burn another key point for Stunning Strike. So he needs to make a saving throw, and I'll tell you what it is in just a second.
Do disadvantage.
Stunning Strike knocks him prone,
it's
right?
No, it stuns them. It gives them the stunned condition.
Is it a dex save?
I think it's a con save. I'm still trying to find it.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's con save.
He rolls a 14.
It's a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, so he fails.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I thought he was gonna pass.
He's stunned. So until the end of my next turn, he is incapacitated. Automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. All attacks against him have advantage. Incapacitated. Now I got to look at that condition because he's got that. He can't take actions or reactions.
Dang.
Great. Mrs. B, do you want to go next?
I still actually have another strike that I haven't rolled yet.
Oh gosh.
So let me just roll that real quick. That's a 16.
Yep, that'll do it.
So an additional 10 points of damage.
Wowzers.
And that was slashing, bludgeoning on damage. The bludgeoning overcomes magical resistance. I guess the slashing does too, because it's with a monk weapon.
Right. That does. Okay. In the dark, he's behind. He's like, and you see him like throw a bone from something he's probably eating, and as you just in a rapid fashion, I think like attack his head, attack both his arms, almost hitting like key points. And
I think what I'm trying to do is take his legs out.
He's sitting. He's sitting down.
Oh, he's sitting.
He's like
down.
sitting there, like crisscross applesauce, like eating something, and you see it like throw.
Gotcha. So yeah, I come in with just like the knife to the kidney, just like my short sword gauntlet, just like right in his kidney, and then just bap on his left side, just like 2 nerve strikes.
And I think it knocks him over. He falls over to his left, and his heavy body doesn't make a sound because of the pin.
Is he breathing?
He's still breathing.
Okay. Well, and now
Mrs.
Who
B,
wants to go?
ladies first.
B.
Oh yeah, B comes.
he's prone and incapacitated. Do what you will.
Yeah, she'll come running up with her daggers like getting stuck together magically. It's awesome and wonderful. And she'll just pop them a couple times, ideally in the same spot she saw Fume jab him, just to make it extra hurt.
Just
if possible,
to twist the
please,
knife.
thanks. We'll see how this goes. I guess normal D&D rolls.
You should have a good advantage on everything.
20?
You got a nat 20, bro?
Nat 20!
Oh, okay, so what attack is this with?
This is when Tersa's Tear and Sanjay's Love Jaggers come butterflied together.
Oh, you have a butterfly sword together.
So I guess both of them?
And you just come up and what do? You like golf swing
Yeah,
this
what do you
dude?
do?
Like,
Windmill?
Yeah, basically.
oh, you do like a sideways somersault through the air, like you spin? That's sick. I like you jump, go sideways, and spin, so you're like a buzzsaw.
Sure, why not? Sounds like fun. Come in and stab him. I guess with that nat 20, you actually roll advantage, but...
I'm going to give you a full dice of whatever you roll for that. It's full attack, and then roll another one.
When I hit it that way, it's 2d10.
So that's 20 damage, yeah.
That's 20
So
damage.
20 damage and
Plus-
then roll 2d10.
yeah.
Plus my normal one. Oh my god.
So
Work
9
for
and
me.
a 10.
That will be 14.
You, it's...
Oh, no, I'm not done yet.
30. Oh, God.
My weapon's real nice because as a bonus action, it gets like an extra little bit where I can choose which person the dagger's based on to do extra damage. And I would like to do an extra 1d6 of fire damage on it, please.
Okay.
And he gets a dex save of DC 15 while he's prone.
He's incapacitated. He automatically fails
Yeah,
all dex
yeah.
saves, yeah.
So that's 5 burning damage. Then he has the burned status as well. For 2 turns.
And he takes like a 1d6 at the start of his turn, is that right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I made that up, so I don't know. We'll see. That's what it's...
Yeah. Sounds
I'm
good.
trying to understand your directions.
1d6 at the start of every turn? Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Burning Man.
That was... Is he still breathing?
He's the breathing is like labored, like big breaths and slow.
We can't hear any of
But
it.
we can hear it.
We can just see, hey, he's incapacitated, so it's just eyes wide with terror.
And he's bleeding pretty bad. You see blood coming from nostrils.
William starts his run over there, but then he uses his bonus action to use Phoenix Flight. So then he flies over there to come down on this guy, and I'm going to attack him with the chain with advantage.
Dude, when you do that, do you shoot fire from your hands
yeah, that's how he does
to
it.
Phoenix Flight?
Oh, he did it with his hands?
Yeah.
Such a cool picture.
Okay, go ahead.
And then the attack is going to be 19 to hit, so assume that hits.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Crunchy. 1d8 of damage. Oh, pretty good. So that's 12 bludgeoning damage. Magical overcomes resistances. Assuming he's still alive, now that I'm coming down on him, I attack him with the whip, and then as I land on him, I'm going to use Fire Bloom, and I'm going to use my elemental expertise, so I don't have to. This one time, I don't have to pay the health cost. Then I make a ranged spell attack. So
what I'll ask you is, how do you finish him? What does it look like?
Oh, good. Yeah, so I hit him with the chain, and on the way down, I use this. The Fire Bloom is almost like it almost looks like a flower as it comes out, and it's this blast of fire that just melts him away. Go ahead.
As a reaction, DM, can I spend 2 key points to cast Darkness, centered on the Gauntlet? Or actually, I can just use the Gauntlet to cast Darkness to try to cover up this. It's magical darkness, so no light can escape it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just do that.
Yeah.
Let me flex and turn on the Gauntlet real quick and just exude 30 feet of magical darkness.
All right, you do that, yeah, and you still can't hear what's going on. You guys can see the light for a second before the darkness takes over, and then there's just pitch.
It's silent, and you can't see anything.
Yes, but you have a good feeling.
I'm gonna wait about 10 seconds.
I mean, I land on top of the guy, so I know he's not moving.
Yeah. But I just don't know if anybody else has reacted to this yet, and I'm just going to wait about 10 seconds. I'm going to unflex the glove and and I guess break concentration on the darkness.
As you do that, 2 goblins are standing face to face, like you've just unveiled the darkness, and 2 goblins stand like so if you've just appeared.
I'm gonna reach over and click, or I guess I still have the arrow.
You still have the arrow, yeah.
I'm gonna click it to the off position, and I'm gonna look at them still clad in my dark guise and just go, "You didn't see shit."
Roll intimidation.
I would love to. Can I get advantage?
On
account of what has just happened?
Yeah, I'd like to provide
it's
help.
the darkness is I think they see.
Yeah.
They see the weapons out from everyone. They
blood
see
everywhere.
Fire.
Fire.
Who's like pulling up his chain covered in blood, wrapping it up?
Some of the stone underneath this ogre has turned molten. It is magma.
and so with advantage seems right.
Oh, thank you. I only have a +1, so. It's a big 10 and an 18.
They look at each other slowly, and then up at you, and then they just saunter on by. And you're
All right, guys. We need to hurry. We're making a mess.
Yeah, so you...
I don't have a tarp big enough for this one.
There's not a lot of people over by the pit.
No. Hey, how big is this hill giant?
I mean, he's a giant, he's a huge creature is what he's considered. So I mean,
he's 15 feet tall.
Yeah.
He's pretty heavy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, we would.
I was going to say we could roll him into the waste pit.
He's a couple tons, probably.
No, never mind.
I mean, all
I ain't
4
that
of us
strong.
working together, we got a strong blacksmith. I mean,
I ain't that strong. I mean, I'm strong. I got a 20 fucking strength, but I ain't
I'm just
that
saying, like,
strong.
encumbrance rules, like, all 4 of us working together, we should be able to push him over
Nah,
into
we
the
don't have a
pit.
quick way of doing it, though.
You're right. We need to hurry.
Yep, let's go.
Okay.
Goblins are gossipy as fuck, and it's a matter of time until the
thought
story
about
gets
fucking
around.
killing
No matter
them.
how scared
I'm
they
rolling
were.
a chatter roll right now.
Let's go.
They're chattering, boys. You make your
we
way
can always-
around. Oh, go ahead.
We can always add oil to the dump down there and set it on fire. Everyone
Oh,
will be distracted
big, that's
with
big.
that.
I don't want to
Distraction.
smell a bunch of burning shit. I don't want to smell
That's a lot of commotion.
It's so
The
much burning
distraction
shit.
there while we take care of him.
Oh, it'll stink so bad.
I don't hate that.
Everyone will hate it, plus us.
I take a bit of cloth, I tear it, wrap it around my face. Okay, fine.
Does anybody have any oil? Because I don't.
You asked Breeze to get you 1,000,000 bottles of oil. Where
did.
have you guys stored it?
Breeze has it, unfortunately. He's up in the distance.
Yeah, I wasn't going to carry those. The only oil I had, I used on your system, Miss B.
He's on top of this ravine, like, I know Fume could run up here any second if he wanted to. No ravine can trap him.
If he needed oil, he'd tell me. And I'd, but he ain't said
I
a
would
word.
just
You guys
flash Morse
did.
code to him. No.
Never mind.
Yeah, okay. I think we just book it to the fire giant.
Let's go.
One thing we love at Lawful Stupid, among the other things we love at Lawful Stupid, is spreading the word about your business. Or maybe you want to tell your sweet, sweet grandma that you love her for the world to hear. We want to give you that chance. If you're a business and want to get your services on the air, or just want to tell a loved one a personal message, head on over to lawfulstupid.org/message in a bottle. There you can take around 250 words to say what you want. Business ads are $20. Personal ads are $10. Tell the world what you have to hear with Lawful Stupid's Message in a Bottle. You make it around the edge, you feel it begin to descend back down into the main floor here. It's extremely dark, especially because of the depth of this cavern, and the walls kind of hide even the sister moons from getting in where they are. And you notice, if you were to pull up the map again and look at it discreetly, that you've kind of reached that wall that will protect the housing for the fire giant. Miss B, what you notice is that there are a group of about 5 orcs, well armored, larger weapons, a couple swords, a couple great clubs, standing out front of the gate here.
Now, how tall is this wall?
Wall is 15 feet tall.
Now, I'm going to run straight up it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I'm going to lay down before I'm going to ninja crawl over the top.
I'm not even going to make you roll stealth, because what's the point? So you're able to go up the wall. Do you have the pin still?
I have it on my person, yes, but it is currently on the off position.
Okay.
So I guess I could click it on.
Pulls out another one and puts it in his lapel in case he needs to turn it. Yeah.
Gosh, who knew that this would be the time? It's good. It's brilliant.
It's been working out really, and this was exactly. He said it in the episode. He's like, "Oh, one day we'll have to be really stealthy and I'll have these arrows."
Because I'm not a stealthy person. I know that about myself.
All right, so you are over the wall and you go back down. You go down and drop.
I'm laying on the top of it and I'm like peering over, seeing what I can see.
Fume, do we just want to turn them? Do we want to murder them? I don't know how we're going to sneak past them. That's the only entrance. I can throw an arrow.
How are they positioned to the entrance? Like, are they
kind of like in an arc, looking outwards, blocking?
So they're looking out. So like we could feasibly sneak along the wall to the opposite side of where they're looking and drop down behind them and sneak past.
If you could get up over the wall, yes, you wouldn't be able to sneak through the gap. They would see you that way. If you got 2 torches, so like on either side of the gate is like a torch,
through the natural entrance.
Is the only entrance is a gate, so it's like the wall comes to a meet at a gate.
Right, but we're not going through the gate. We're going to go up along the wall, then around to the back, and then drop down behind them.
If we don't kill them and we fight the fire giant, they're going to join the fight.
Not necessarily. They hate that guy.
All of you roll a perception check for me.
These are orcs. Not tail giants.
Oh, yeah.
Dirty 20. I'm perceptive.
8.
27.
Damn.
Miss B, be perceptive. She be
She
perceiving.
be perceptive sometimes. Give me 1 second.
Most of the time.
Passive perception was 21. As a passive perception was 21, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, she be perceiving. That's a what do you call that? Is it expertise? You took expertise in perception?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Who you rolled a dirty 20 or natural 20, right? Dirty. It doesn't matter, but it's a high score. So what's your score in it being?
Abel got a 20 plus.
Okay.
Yeah. Abel's on 27.
And then Fume, what do you have?
8.
Beatrice and Will. What you see is that these orcs are kind of bickering down there at the front of the gate, but it seems like there's one person who is a little taller than the others, and it seems to be kind of the leader of these orcs. And you hear them say, oh gosh, I don't want to play this.
I have a question. Can we actually hear them say anything? Because we have the arrow on.
No, we don't have an arrow on. I just have it in my pocket ready.
You just have it ready.
Right. We both have them in our lapels, but on the off position, I guess.
They say, Captain Drake, we have to get him while he's asleep.
Oh.
Captain Drake says, yes, but he doesn't sleep very often, and so, if we do it now, we have to do it smartly. We'll get the ruby. But we have to be intelligent about it. He thinks we're guards for him, we'll play guards for a little while. Sometimes we can be smart thieves and not just strong-arm everyone. Do you understand? And with that kind of tone in his voice, they kind of straighten up a little bit more, and they're like, yes, sir. And you guys all know that this is Captain Drake of the orc group that was up in the woods. He's the leader.
I radio up to Fume. Hey, Fume, I just overheard the orcs talking, and they want to take this ruby from the fire giant. And in fact, it's Captain Drake from the orc camp that we fucked with a minute ago. So I could jump in his mind and fuck with that, or we could just wait and then ambush them once they've got the gem. But they may lose, so.
Is the eye the ruby? Is that what we want the same thing? Is that what I'm gathering? Okay. Yep. I guess, yeah, you could like go into their heads and be like, I'm Groomsh One Eye, the great orc lord, and I'm commanding you, strike now. Like, you could do that.
Yeah, what do you know of an orc god? Like, which god would command orcs?
Groomsh One Eye. Well, that's D&D. I don't know about in Devin.
Yeah, but you're a religious person.
As a priest, yes. Who do the orcs typically worship?
Make it up right now. You know this area. You just make it up. You have that right.
But you have gods in your world, though. Which one? Yeah.
Would it be Hephaestus?
Nope. Stand by.
Or Hephaestus?
I think it is.
Oh, if it's Hephaestus, that's right up my fucking jam, boy.
Yeah.
It is Pagoma.
Pagoma. Okay.
That's the water one. Okay.
So yeah. So say something like the high tide is nigh, and now is the time to strength. I am Pagoma, and I command you, strike down your foe now. And then win or lose, they soften them up for us, and we go in there.
Perfect. All right. Please hold. Oh, also, be on the ready. And then I pop into Mrs. B's head. Hey, I'm gonna fuck with this dude's head and pretend to be Pagoma because those orcs want to kill the guy. We're gonna have him soften up. Thoughts?
Oh, that was better than my idea. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, great. Wait, for interest of... what was your idea?
Oh, basically the same thing, but I actually go walk over there instead of mess with their heads.
Yeah, let's not do that.
With magic.
I tap into Captain Drake's head. And say... The time is now. The tides are high. March forth.
Roll a deception check for me.
With advantage because he's in his head?
Yeah, and you're not seen. I think, given the situation, he's pretty faithful.
All right, well, the first one is an 18 before my modifiers. So with my modifiers is a 21.
The second one was worse.
And Captain Drake, he kind of looks. You see him look around. I think he even looks in your area, but because of where the fire is, like he can't actually see very far beyond that firelight, and so he looks around. If you guys were to do something, I would tell you this: the way that you seal this deal is if you can create some sort of like vision or a blast or something that would make him that would prompt him to believe that this is like God calling out to me.
Yeah. Okay, but. So, hear me out on this. Miss B, you are an arcane trickster, which means you know the minor illusion cantrip, right?
No.
It doesn't come with it? I thought it came with it.
No, you have
it's
to
not
pick
in my
it.
list.
Oh, you get
Yeah, you have
Mage
to pick
Hand
it.
with it because you get Mage Hand and terrain. Okay.
So you said there's a fire? There's like a fire that's there?
They have like torches on each side of this gate.
Fuck, but he's still pretty far away.
Oh, I got it.
Oh no, I can cast the Minor Illusion cantrip. I get that for free as Shadow Arts. You gain the Minor Illusion cantrip if you don't already know it. So I can do an illusion. Hey, Will, can you put the fire out? And as I said, can you put the fire out with like your magic? You have thaumaturgy?
I could probably try and use.
You know,
attack
there are
clothing.
things I could do, but I'm not in the mind conversation.
So, well, pretend we're relaying. Let's just pretend we're relaying.
Yeah.
Okay. B's just gonna be like, I can take out the torch.
So I give the god command. And then I say, Mrs. B, anything you can do to make a godlike presence? You know, anything crazy? And then really
She'll
quickly
just
switch
take
over
out the
to
fire.
Fume. Anything you want to do to make more godlike presence? I've already sent the command.
I could make like a
Oh,
like
I think
like a
she said she's
drop of
gonna.
water
Beatrice
effect?
said she could put out the fire.
Yeah, she's
put out
got
the fire.
prestidigitation, baby.
Yeah. Okay. So
Boom.
you put out the fire, and at the same time, I'll create like a minor illusion of like a wave that comes crashing in, and like it'll look like the wave's putting out the fire, but really it's Miss B doing it because this is an illusion.
All right, let's do it. So that's what you guys do.
Yeah. Along with like in time with Will issuing this command, will be like for dramatic effect.
I think so. I think he hears that, and only Captain Drake hears that, and so he's kind of freaked out. And soldiers are looking at him, and then they all see this like wave, and they all kind of fall back. And when that happens, it goes dark, and Captain Drake stands like even more reassured, and he says, "Now it's time." and he like bangs his chest like with his weapon, and he says, "Today we take over the fire giant." And the five of them, you see them run up these a bunch of stairs. You don't know what the material is made of, but like they seem to go way up. One of them like has lit a torch on the way up, and then they disappear into this building that's kind of built into the side of the canyon.
So we stealth behind him and fight whoever wins, right?
That's the plan.
Let's go.
William rushes towards those stairs.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you're all there with Barbados in tow. He's kind of just been like watching, like doesn't know what this is not his style. Style's like smash and grab and destroy. And you guys too take the stairs.
As we hit the stairs, I click the arrow.
Okay.
Smart.
So it's silent. If you were to peer back over into the camp, no one's moving around. A lot of people are sleeping. No one's been alerted. And you've made your way into now the fire giant's like lair. As you step in, there are torches that light all of the walls at this long golden hallway at first. And you see, just as you make to the top, the orcs turn. You can go left or right, and they make a turn to the right. The back of the last one does. And you hear like a bellow, and you know it's a hill giant. You can tell it's like one of the giants, but it's not a fire giant. It's a hill giant. And you begin to hear the clanging of swords, screams coming from orcs, and something else. Who knows what it is? And I don't know if you want to head toward that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I want to be perched in a position of opportunity so that I want to wait till the last blow is dealt and the person's like at that relieved victorious moment, and that's when I strike. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, we want to follow them, and we want to wait for them to fight.
Yes.
You turn the right corner and you're heading down. It's getting like a little warmer in here now. It feels like torches light the way, and you see that this opens up into a giant room. It's brilliantly lit, and you hear screams of other like people, but you hear the screams of adults and children and monsters, and orcs, and things just like chaos is ensuing, and there are a lot of little goblins that are like fighting people. You run in, and you hear Barbados say, "Oh gods!" And what you see before you, standing 25 feet tall, is this fire giant. And he's got this giant sword he's dragging behind him and this shield. But the reason that Barbados was so taken aback is that the giant is wearing people from the town as armor on his shoulder, on his back, on his hips, on his legs. And there are 3 that are tied to his shield. And there's a little girl up front, and she says, "Daddy, help!" And that's where we'll end the episode.
Oh,
No.
it's okay.
Oh my god.
It's a pro move. It's a pro move.
Yeah.
Everybody, thanks for listening to this depressing episode of Lawful Stupid. Save your children from fire giants. That's the message I want to give to you today. And rest of my crew, go ahead and take it away.
Well, fuck this guy.
If you want to talk about that, yeah. If you want to talk about how much this guy sucks, come join the Discord at lawfulstupid.discord.org. I want to hear it. I want to hear how disappointed you are, or angry, or whatever feelings you've got going
Maybe
on
you're
right
into
now.
Be like, oh, fuck yeah.
Whatever those feelings are, tell us.
Hey, if you want to support the show, you can go to store.lawfulstupid.org and you can get yourself a sticker pack. So for like $7, you can get the hot William, the sexy bee, and the no pants fume
That's
for
misleading.
$7.
It's misleading when you say it that way.
Hey, you
Just
gotta sell it.
You gotta sell it. Speaking of sell it, what I like to sell you on is the idea of charitable giving. Every week here at Lawful Stupid, we roll a d20 and we donate the amount that we roll to a charitable and worthy cause. This month it is First Book. It's a great organization. It helps promote literacy in the youth, which is a really important skill for social and emotional and personal and professional development. It's a really important thing for kids to be able to read, and it's a dying art for sure. So if you would, please join us in rolling for them. I'm going to roll my d20 right now. If you can't do a d20, do a d6. Do a d7. Do a d whatever. D7.
Do a D volunteer time.
So I rolled a 1, which is, of course, Lawful Stupid tradition, to go ahead and immediately roll a second d20 and add that to that. I rolled a 1 and then I rolled a 9. So that's a total of $10, which is going to First Book. Tell me what you rolled. Use the hashtag #RollForHumanity on Twitter or wherever hashtags are accepted, and I'll see it. I'll see it.
It'll be there.
Go find it.
Is it a thing you can see? Because I'll see it.
I'll see it.
All right. Is it on to me? Are we doing the good news story?
It is, yes. Good
I actually
news.
really like this one. I have to research this a little more. The headline reads as such: Bee bricks that help thousands of solitary bees are now a requirement for new buildings in Brighton. So they're like bricks that have like these holes in them. So bee bricks that help thousands of solitary bees are now a requirement for new buildings in Brighton.
I'm very puzzled about what exactly a bee brick is.
I assume it's something that
It's like a
is
honeycombed
hospitable
brick.
to them. It's like, oh, they can make a home here very easily. Seek shelter.
Very nice. I like it. That's sweet. Full of honey and all that jazz. Save the bees. That's my sweet thing today.
Save the bees.
God damn it.
Don't fuck them up. We need them.
Listen, this is just ridiculous. You tell these stupid fucking stories, these stupid headlines like they're nice and they matter. Brighton? Brighton's fucking taken over as the fucking honey capital. They're making these bee places, and then guess what? They're gonna take all the fucking honey, all of it. Not enough so they can rebuild. No, I don't give a shit, because more bees will come in. This is free housing. The bees understand how bad the housing market is. They're getting free housing in exchange for honey. So this is just slave labor to bees. Don't see it any other way.
Man, I'm so sorry. I went on a little bit of a research tangent here because I wanted to make a correlation to when the bees start disappearing, the same year Dick Cheney died, because Dick Cheney uses bees as robots and listening devices, and when he died, they weren't using it. I wanted to do that, and I looked at Dick Cheney's a fucking live. I know some people out there struggle like I do with mental health, and it's a real concern. Just know, you have to outlive Dick Cheney. You can't kill yourself before Dick Cheney dies. You're gonna let that fucker outlive you? Dick Cheney literally shot a dude in the face with a shotgun while he was vice president, and no one gave a shit. You're gonna let that dude outlive you? Nah, bro. You got this. Anyway, that is to say, Dick Cheney controls bees, the little robots, and they have listening devices on them. So of course he wants them instituted in more buildings, especially government buildings, especially those which are populated predominantly by Democrats, which is where this kind of legislation is passed, because they think it's very environmental, but secretly Dick Cheney just wants more listening devices in buildings controlled by Democrats. Wake up, sheeple, and outlive Dick Cheney.
Save the bees, ride a cowboy. We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye. I'm a cowboy. Can you ride me?
Are you a cowboy?
Yeah.
Then yeah, it's too easy.
I'm a cowboy, baby.